Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 7, Sloka 2. Jñānaṁ teham sa-vijñānam idaṁ vakṣyāmy aśeṣataḥ jñātvā neha bhūyo jñātavyam avaśiṣyate. In yesterday's first sloka, we learnt a sequence by which one can aspire to become a nice devotee. The sequence is Shrinu, to listen. Second, Nyāsyasi samagram, understanding of the absolute truth, that is, to know about God. That's what we need to listen. Of course, one cannot understand God is one aspect of seeing this whole thing, or one try to understand God to whatever the capacity they can. It is also said that God himself cannot understand him fully. That means he is unlimited. That's what it means. So first is Shrinu, to listen, and is to understand about God. And the third point is asamshayam, by understanding through hearing process, the doubts are removed. Samshayam, asamshayam, all the doubts are removed. Whatever the doubt one might have about God, it's all removed. Mad ashraya, once the doubts are removed, we understand that Krishna is my real well-wisher. Number 5, yogam unjanna. Once we understand Krishna as our well-wisher, then we want to work for him. That is devotional service. We practice devotional service. And finally, by doing devotional service unto him, the sixth element is aśeṣataḥ manaha. Mind becomes completely attached to Krishna. So this is what we saw in the previous sloka. Now, further, in today's sloka, Krishna gives an outline of what he is going to cover in coming up slokas and chapters. Let's see the word by word meaning of this sloka. Idaṁ jñānaṁ, this knowledge about me. Sa-vijñānam, together with distinguishing knowledge. Aśeṣataḥ, in full. Te, unto you. Aham, I. Vakṣyāmy, shall teach now. Jñātvā, obtaining that knowledge. Iha, in this world. Bhūyo, further. Anyat, anything more. Jñātavyam, to be known. Na avaśiṣyate, do not remains. Translation: I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous. This being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. That's an interesting statement, because we always try to wanting to know so many things in this world, know of everything. But whatever we learned is considered to be a size of a mustard seed. How much ever a great intelligent person he may be, what he knows is just the size of mustard seed. But there's so much bigger than the mountain size which one does not know. Whereas here Krishna says, what I'm going to tell now, if you hear that attentively and carefully, you will not have anything further to learn. You know everything. That's what Krishna is saying here, which is quite important to notice. So the cultivation of knowledge begins with submissive hearing. If one develops a quality of hearing on a regular basis, then they can progress, and the hearing should be about Krishna. Shrunvatam swakatha Krishna punyashravana kirtanaha hridayantasto hi abhadrani vidinoti suritsatham. In the Bhagavatam it says, Shrunvatam. Shrunvatam means those who develop the urge to hear about Krishna Katha, all about Krishna. Krishna's words, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's beauty, Krishna's qualities. By doing so on a regular basis, hridyantastaha, within one's heart, abhadrani, the desire to, the unwanted things that's within one's heart, get cleansed within oti. Everything get removed and cleansed. And that is the truth. And also it is said, Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. Bhagavatam again says, by regularly hearing such messages, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, by doing so, all the troubles that one might have in their heart get completely destroyed. Everything get destroyed. It just not only get destroyed, and then one will develop a loving service towards Krishna. It also removes unwanted things. It also gives wanted thing. That's the beauty of hearing process. How does that happen? It is said, Tada rajas tamo bhavaha kama lobhadiyas chaye chetayetir anaviddhim sthitam sattve prasidati. That is, in our heart, the loving service is established because the mode of ignorance and mode of passion, lust, desire and hankering for material thing, everything get disappeared completely. And one is established in sattve. Sattve means sattva guna, completely. And they are happy. Yevam prasanna manaso bhagavat bhaktir yogataha bhagat tattva vijñānam mukta sangasya jhāyate vijñānam. It's the same term where we just seeing in the current second sloka. That is, once a person established in mode of goodness and their mind is enlivened in love and affection and devotion towards Krishna, that person is completely liberated from all the material association. Vidyate hridaya grantis chidyante sarva samshayaha kshiyante chasya karmani driste evatmanishvare. And again Bhagavatam says, the knot in the heart which is full of unwanted things, misgivings, everything will be cut off and one will be able to see the Supreme Lord. These are the sequence is been given in Srimad Bhagavatam, but it all starts from attentive hearing. So in this current sloka, that what we are seeing, jñānavyam, various acharyas have interpreted in a different way, but it all means the same. Jñānaṁ refers to the knowledge that is seeing things as they appear. Prabhupada translate this as phenomenal knowledge. And this jnanam is covered in chapter 7 and chapter 8. Vijñānam is covered in chapter 9 in detail, and chapter 10 and 12 covers both jnanam and vijñānam. Vijñānam is referred as numinous knowledge, that is, seeing things as they are irrespective of our sense perception. So that is vijñānam. For example, I can see a rope and consider that to be a snake. It is not a false knowledge. For me, the rope appears to be a snake. So that is jnana. Whereas vijñāna is knowing things as they are. That comes with proper realization. That is vijñāna, one way of seeing this one. It is also said, acharyas have said, that jnanam refers to aishvarya, whereas vijñānam refers to madhurya, the sweetness. So Krishna says, by what I'm going to say, you will have both jnanam and vijñānam, knowledge about me and knowledge about my sweetness, my qualities, my opulences, and so forth. Also, jnanam is Swarupa Nirupaka Dharma. That is Jnana. Vijñāna is Nirupita Swarupa Visheshana. These terms are not new. We already covered in the previous chapter. Now, Jnānaṁ is where understanding that God is omniscience, ever joyous and blissful, doesn't have any fault, and then is full of truth, firmness. He is free of any kinds of limitation by time, space, and matter. He is free of all these things. That is jñānatvā, ānandatvā, amalatva, satyatva, anantatva. These are the 5 subject matter, mainly deals with the jnanam. So one who does not know these 5 attributes does not know nature of God. So therefore this is the first thing that one needs to learn, jnanam. And vijñānam, which is different from everything. Learning more details of God. God is different from both matter and spirit that we see in this world. God is different from living entities, all the 3 kinds of living entities. Baddhatma, who is conditioned soul like us. Muktatma, who are liberated souls. And Nityatma, those souls which resides permanently in spiritual world. God does not belong to any of these Atmas. He is separate. God is with unlimited good qualities. He is complete. He is a controller of both spiritual and material world. He is a loving person who ignores faults in others. He is compassionate. He doesn't show any differences between high or low. He is very merciful. He is full of sweetness. And these are the details, and lot more are the details of knowing more about God, called vijñānam. Therefore Krishna says, I am omniscient, meaning knower of everything, will teach you entirely, give you the entire knowledge in which you can understand everything. Once you learn what I instruct you, nothing more would remain to be known in any regards. But I am going to teach you, aham. Why you have to teach me, Krishna? Well, I am sarvajña. Sarvajña means I am the knower of everything. Sarvashaktihi. I have all the energies. So who else can tell you other than me? Aham. Therefore aham. Aham, the true, I am the true well-wisher of all living entities. I am not partial to anyone. So who else can tell the truth other than me? Aham, I am your real friend and relative. Who else can tell you other than me? Therefore it is very important that we know the source of everything, cause of all causes. When we know the cause of all, then we pretty much know everything. And we know whom to meditate upon, who will be our focus, object for meditation, in whatever yoga that we pick up. So let's also carefully and very attentively, regularly hear what Krishna has to say in upcoming slokas. Namaste, Hare Krishna.